Hey everybody, it's Trey again. Trey's Adventures in the Philippines, coming to you from Cebu City. Yeah, I figured I would go out here, as I told you in my past videos. I got a new camera, and I'd come check out IT Park and the Mercado, and ended up having a pretty long night. Got a couple hours of video. Definitely going to take some time editing it all. I just couldn't put it all in one video, that's for sure. But I figured you guys might want to see what it looks like at night, and I'm using my camera in the low light settings, and well, I'll just be honest with you, it looks really good from what I can see. Uh, but I did take the sound because the horns and the cars and people talking and all that other stuff. Maybe you don't want to hear me talk, but hey, uh, I figured I'd give this a shot. So, I walked over here from my condo. Um, I'm just checking things out. There's lots of people out. It's, right around 6 o'clock at night here in the Philippines, doing this. And you see lots of people. And it's kind of funny as you're walking past people, you may notice. And some of them will put their head down and try not to look at you. And the other people, they're trying to look at you and they start smiling. It's kind of cute. But a lot of people try to hide that they're not looking at you, and then at the last second, once they feel like they're outside of the view of the camera, they smile at you and say hello, and it's kind of cool. They definitely are interested, and they're like, oh no, or we got a vlogger, you sitting there. But yeah, you see lots of people, lots of pretty girls, lots of foreigners out tonight. Uh, but this is the area where a lot of foreigners go. Not to mention, this is where all the workers are that do the call centers and stuff like that. So, you know, it's a lot of people taking breaks, going getting something to eat, doing a little shopping, getting ready to go to work, things of that nature. You got all your banks and you got your restaurants and your malls, and uh, I figured I'd come up here and check things out and see what I could come up with my camera and see how it did in the evening time out here. And yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was a nice night. End up meeting a bunch of people. Uh, Ran into Seth. Met a guy named Chris, Kat, some other guys. A guy that is from the U.S., but he was born in Colombia and ended up over here. We had a nice long conversation. Uh, Introduced me via video chat to his girlfriend or his wife, Asawa, however you want to call it. But yeah, they've been together for 14 years, and he was over here getting his place done. His uh, his girl was getting her hair rebonded. I guess it's a pretty big deal over here. Her hair was, shoot, down to her butt at least. I know it was really, really long. She showed us in the video and said hello to us all. But it's kind of funny. Americans. We saw some. What do you call this? I think they might have been from Australia, maybe UK. Who knows? New Zealanders. Sounded very similar in the accent and stuff. And like I said, the other guy was Colombian. He was speaking Spanish and English and throwing in some Bisaya and Tagalog because he's been here for so long. Um, Talking about places to live and rents and all kinds of different things. Funny enough, also talking about the whole divorce thing and not being able to get a divorce here in the Philippines. And it was a pretty interesting conversation because he felt like, well, it felt like to me like he had a lot of insight on it and things to come. Was talking about the president here, Marcos, was going to sign it into law. It's just taking time. They got to figure out a way, and this is what he had told me. He's like, they got to figure out their way to get their cut off the whole divorce thing. But gave me a little more in-depth detail on how to get an annulment here in the Philippines, and because he did it him personally, and he said it took him about 2 years, and but the thing about it was is that you needed to go in there and talk to the judge, and you needed to explain the situation and give them the backstory, and because if you don't, they just won't give it to you. And then the other side of that was, was for the annulment. He said it cost a lot of money, which I knew, but I didn't know how they had to do it. So, in order to get the annulment, apparently it had to be sent to the Vatican for them to actually annul it. And that was news to me. It was definitely new. But, a lot of good information found out. But anyways, back to the video here. I'm walking through IT Park, going over here, checking out. This is currently we're kind of walking around. You see the Jeepanese and the girls and guys are out there just doing their thing. We got BDO Bank. That's my personal bank here in the Philippines, which is kind of nice. As I told you, I was able to get a bank account here, and right next to the coffee place, and there's lots of people in there, lots of people everywhere actually tonight. It was a Thursday night, so lots of people, lots of things. But like I said, this is where people work. This is where people live. You don't even need a car here. You got grocery stores, you got shopping malls, anything you need to get, pretty much you can get here. And the other part of it is traffic. If you got a car and you're driving through here, parking is a little bit of a problem, but there is parking, so you just have to find it. But you got McDonald's, you got restaurants, you got pizza joints, billiards, you got karaoke places, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's a one-stop shop, really. And it's really nice. I mean, if you look, it's clean. There's people. It's nice, and just a little heads up to everyone. I mean, this particular area, they have a ordinance, and so there's no smoking in this whole area. So if you're a smoker, just keep that in mind. You need to go outside of this area if you want to smoke a cigarette or something. But later on down the road, that night I went out there, and I went outside of the IT Park. I went to Opus, which had some bars, had some local restaurants, things of that nature. And people were just smoking out there on the side, just so you know. People were smoking in the bars. So drinking alcohol, smoking, eating food, singing karaoke, just having a good old time. And I got some film footage of all that too. But like I said, this is a little long, and definitely couldn't put it all in here. I even sped up the speed of the camera here just so we can speed it up just a little bit. But as you see, Coffee Bay, you can go in there, drink your coffee, do your thing. You see the night, the skyline there with the moon, palm trees, nice weather, people in shorts, just everybody enjoying themselves and having a good time, no ill will. Everybody's pretty happy. It's not bad. It's a really pretty place tonight. Like I said, it's nice and clean. You feel comfortable. You feel safe. You can pretty much get anything you want over here. Definitely a different vibe. If you sit there and think, especially if you're watching this back from the States, everybody says that the Philippines is a third world country, and it is technically. But you have these areas like this, and I mean, does this look like a third world country to you? I mean, this is where all the tech stuff goes. I mean, there's workers here doing at the call centers, working there. So there's lots and lots of things going on. And it doesn't look like a third world country to me here. Now, I did walk through some areas that, it does look like a third world country. Opus Avenue, which was a great place to hang out and fun place to go. Met a lot of people there and had some conversations. And I was videoing, and some of the locals were definitely taking advantage of getting on YouTube. They wanted to be on YouTube, and so I was filming them for a few minutes. I'll make another video about that. Uh, like I said, I'll make a couple of these walking from tonight because it's too much film footage to put all in one video, that's for sure. Mm. But, anyways, I'm out here and doing this and checking this out, and now I'm going to head over to the Mercado place, and so here in a few minutes we'll get there. But you can see all the people walking around, and nice cool place. You see some people on the scooters and the cars, and little kids just out running around having a good old time. Yeah, it was a nice night. It wasn't hot, it wasn't cold, you know it was good stuff. And best part is everybody was super friendly. Everybody wanted to say hello and talk to you and all that other stuff, and uh, which is also kind of the reason that muted the video, because there was lots of conversations going on. So I figured that's not something anybody wants to hear about and things of that nature. But one thing I did find out that is that a lot of times a lot of the locals, they're they like to say that they're shy and they don't want to be on film or anything. But you can talk to them and ask them questions, and they're ready to talk. If you ask them, they'll talk. Anything you want to know, just be nice and they'll be nice to you. But when you talk to them, a lot of times they don't want to be on your camera. If they see a camera, it's like, oh no, time to shut down. So they're shy. That's what they keep saying. But turn that camera off, and yeah, it's like you can sit there for an hour talking to somebody, and they'll give you all the information you need, tell you about their life story, uh, tell you how things are working, doing, and all that other fun stuff. And it's pretty cool. But if you want to see what the locals look like, this is a good way to do it. You could see, because I'm walking through the areas, and there's lots of local people, there's some tourists, there's lots of foreigners. So you get a nice mix of everything. And if you notice, everything is in English, so easy for communications, easy to know where you're going, where you're headed. That's Ayala Mall, Cebu Block. We'll go up here and get off this little sidewalk, kind of walk up here. Yeah, they got this just random little cute little coffee place here. People out drinking their drinks, having conversations. Don't want to film people too much and make it look like I'm staring at them. So keep the camera moving, keep myself moving. Definitely want to be careful though, walking on these stepping stones. If you're not paying attention, carrying a camera, it's very easy to trip. But it's not bad. It's nice. You see, everything's lit up real nice. They got Buffalo Brads. You got the Chinese food place over here. They got them all lit up, and that's the way it is year round. But they do got a few extras because it's Christmas time, so they throw up some icings or the icicle looking lighting and stuff like that. And you got this little park out here, and people just hanging out at night, doing their thing, enjoying life, talking to friends, meeting people, getting a cup of coffee, maybe go over here, get something to eat. I'm right over here next to the bus terminal, and we'll walk through there in a little bit. But lots of people there waiting to get on the bus so they can commute to going wherever they need to go. All the workers coming in and out, it's a good thing. Plus, if you're wanting to go to the mall or something, or come over here and have some dinner at the Mercado and listen to music and have a drink or have a soda or whatever it is that you want to do. There's lots of stuff over here. And So far, everything's been pretty good. Definitely edible, you know. Nice little place. You see it. It's enjoyable. It's a relaxing atmosphere. There's no problems. No people getting, drunk and falling down, starting fights or anything like that. You know, everybody's real nice. Everybody's real respectful, and you got to enjoy that. You know what I mean? Uh, it's a lot different. You go out back in the states and you go out. Somebody always gets a little too drunk, always starting a fight, always something, right? Yeah, not a whole lot of drama, but that gives you that nice relaxing atmosphere. And you look around, you got nice scenery, nice people, and, you know, good looking women if that's what you're into. It's all good. Enjoy yourself. People just sitting, talking the night away, and having a good time, and that's great. Well, so now we get into the Mercado. Yeah, you can see things in here and checking this out. It's a really cool place. I really enjoy going here. Lots of people. I got lots of smiles, so lots of hellos and how you doing and talking and stuff like that. Plus, you get food and drinks and things of that nature. You can get anything you want. You can get shakes. You can get ice cream. You can get local food. You can get some gourmet foods. You can whatever it is that you're in the mood for. It's pretty much in here. It's like a one-stop shop, and sweets, cakes, pies, candies, whatever. It's all here, and a couple of shops selling some trinkets and some souvenirs just in case you needed to get something. Don't know, but hell, I even saw that there was somebody setting up to do some travel stuff and things of that nature. But yeah, everybody's here. They just getting their food, enjoying company, talking to people. It's good times. You know what I mean? So, and oh yeah, there's the lechon, whole pig. They just cooked it all up. It's sitting there ready to go. Yeah, it's like the most famous thing that the Philippines is known for. Everybody loves lechon. Everybody. They love that whole roasted pig thing. It's pretty cool. Yep, Food Panda's a thing here. They deliver food, that or Grab. You always see it. They got all kinds of different stuff. I mean, you checking it out, you seeing they got plenty of stuff going on. And I'm early, and you see it. This place has got a lot of people, and I'm here early. So, yeah, about 30 minutes from now, this place is going to be so packed that nobody can sit down, and people are waiting for seats, and it's kind of crazy. Uh, yeah, I mean, they even got fish, they got seafood, they got all kinds of stuff. So, and if you ask them what their food tastes like or what it's about or anything like that, they'll tell you. They'll describe their food. They'll let you know what's good. Just ask them. Like I said, it's all kinds of different things. But yeah, this is not packed. And like I said, in about 30 minutes, it's going to be packed. And that's one of those things. So I felt like I was lucky even to find a seat. So yeah, there I am. Guy's about to go up there and start singing and doing some live music right there next to the coffee shop. Guess they're kind of famous because I see them all over the place here in the Philippines. Don Macchiatos. I was like, I like macchiatos, but I haven't actually got a coffee from there or a macchiato. I probably should go try it. That way I can say I at least tried it. Yeah. They had to put up signs. The signs there says, "Please don't feed the cats and don't pet them." Uh, Stray cats are a thing, it's like just like stray dogs here. But if you feed them, you feed a cat, it's never going away. It's going to be there forever. Crazy, right? But that's just the way it works. Doesn't matter where you're at in the world. You feed an animal, they're going to come back. It never fails. But Yeah, I was going over here checking some stuff out. Yeah, camera's down a little low there. I need to adjust that. Probably wasn't paying attention because I was looking at the signs and here the drink pouches and things like that. It's juices and foods and you know my eyes were wandering all over the place literally. It was like everything's eye candy. You just like wow. But as you see, the locals are there. There's some tourists. There's some foreigners. Oh yeah, they caught me. It's like yeah, got to look the other way. But then they started smiling and staring. It was kind of funny. I walked back by again, and the the girl was the girls started smiling at me and mumbled YouTuber and blah blah blah. It was funny, kind of cute. But every time you walk by, they stare at you when you're doing this kind of stuff. And people do things, and some people do a little dance, throw up their hands, and some people don't. But they're all definitely watching you. You got a camera, they're watching you, and they especially see one like I got. Um, it's not one of those professional cameras or anything, but it is one on a gimbal, and that DJI Osmo Pocket 3. It's following you and walking around and you know checking things out, and people are watching. They're like, oh, you know. And some people want to be on YouTube, and some people don't. And you just try to be respectful enough. You're just catching what's going on in the world out here. But as you see, there's lots of stuff here. Yeah, I think that was a Chinese girl, and she was really tall. I was like, wow. But she was getting the buy one get one free margaritas. Because you look at her, and then you look at, like, say, this girl right here. She's barely 5 foot, and I'm walking around with the camera, at my stomach area, chest area, somewhere around there, and I'm taller than everybody, for the most part. But here in Cebu, there's a few taller people. There we go. He starts singing. I was like, yeah, let me film this guy. He was actually really good. It was just him and his guitar. Sounded pretty good. It was pretty impressive. So, checking things out. And so, yeah, I had me some tacos there. And I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and turn this off here for a minute. And I finished up my tacos and drank my drink and filmed the guy doing some music, and I was like, I probably can't do that. What if it's copyrighted? What if they get in trouble? So I didn't want to do that. So I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and clip that out. But I did film a few minutes of him. Yeah. But as you can see, everybody's just having a good old time, enjoying life, eating food. I mean, that's like the most favorite thing to do here in the Philippines is eat food. Every time you go to someone's house, they're feeding you, eating food. You go out, everybody's always wanting to eat food, or let's get something to eat. It is what it is. And if you hadn't been over here, you're gonna hear it. Rice is life, and they love lechon. They always want lechon. It's all about pork and chicken here. Not too much beef. You don't see too many potatoes. You see pork and rice and chicken. And if you're going out for some fried chicken or something like that, the local favorite's called Jollibee's, which the spicy chicken's not too bad. I just really wish I could have some mashed potatoes with it, but instead all you get is rice. But they do have some mango pies. They're not too bad. They're peach mango pies. Definitely nice. Yeah, that's me. Just showing you that I'm here. Start talking to somebody. Make sure the camera's on me. That way, they don't want to be in my video. They don't have to be, but it is what it is. And I'm going over here and check things out. And yeah, it's time to move on and go on out here and do some other things. So, if you're still watching this and stuff, something to keep in mind, guys. I appreciate you watching these videos and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun taking them, but I found out this takes up a lot of time. For me to do something like this, just as a hobby, it takes a lot of time. I'm surprised, to be honest with you. I'm learning how to use this software for editing, doing these voiceover things and taking the film. I had to get a camera. I mean, these guys that go out here and do these YouTube videos and they do all this stuff, you got to give them a lot of credit because it's not easy. And it takes a lot of work, and surprising how much money, you can invest in something like this. I mean, I know my camera alone I got the little creator combo pack, so it came with the microphone and the camera and all the little accessories and stuff, and it was $700. And some of these guys, they spend thousands and thousands of dollars, not to mention the time it takes to film all this stuff and then edit it. I mean, if you think about this, okay, just in order to do this, I went out last night, for 4 or 5 hours total and filmed and gone out and did things. And then, I came here and having to put together stuff and do the editing. You spend a few hours doing that. And, this video, it says it's like 38 minutes in order to do this, and I'm doing a voiceover. That's 30 minutes, 38 minutes of my life, It could very easily, in order to do a video, it's like a full-time job almost, like 5 to 8 hours, and who knows, depending on how intricate you get, it takes a lot of time. So if you're watching these videos and you're watching them all the way through, I appreciate it because, it helps with the view counts and it helps with everything else. And, giving it that like and that thumbs up and, subscribe, it really does. I was actually shocked what it takes to do all this kind of stuff. But, like I said, if you're still watching this, thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate it. It's definitely an eye-opener doing this, and I can see why people, that put all the time and effort and energy into this stuff, they want you to like and subscribe, and they want to be that monetized thing. Not that you get a whole lot of money off of it, that's for sure, but I understand why they're doing it now because it takes a lot of work. If you want to do this, you got to actually love it. But anyways, back to this, left there, and I'm going to go over here and meet up with Chris because I ran into Chris and Seth. And Seth, if you're watching, or anybody else, hey, shout out to you guys. And, the 15 other people that I ran into and met. So definitely, like I was saying, this is the bus terminal area and part of that area for where the park is, where the local foods and stuff like that. Yeah, it really was a nice night. Nice walk, good to get a little exercise. Wasn't, sweltering hot where you're just pouring sweat. So being in a tropical place, you have to deal with that kind of stuff. Although, you saw that guy, he had a beanie on. I don't know why you would wear a beanie and be in a hot tropical climate. That doesn't make sense. Yep, just a local stray dog just out here chilling out. Got some families sitting around doing their things, and these are all the people that I guess got off work or going back home or whatever, commuting. So they're sitting in line waiting for the buses and to start loading so they can head on out and go back to the places they came from. Yeah, and they are. There's a whole lot of buses there. And they just pull up and then they start loading you up and send you on out. They got their own little CR bathroom right off to the right there. And They got some snacks and stuff for people over here if you want to buy some snacks and things of that nature. So, got a little ticketing booth and frozen yogurt and everything else. But I'm walking over here to the mall area at this point, and I figured I'd show you a little bit of that. And like I said, it's all nighttime here. It's night walks and just seeing people out here and doing their own thing, and dogs just laying everywhere. They do that. Dogs just will drop down and go to sleep. One of the crazy things is that, especially out in the province, in the city too, but in the province especially, you'll be driving or riding your scooter, or driving your car, and the dogs will just lay right in the middle of the road. I'm just like, where the cars are passing by, they're not even phased. It's crazy. So yeah, I got to get through here. You got to watch out for the cars and stuff of that nature, because they'll just drive in between you, and you're walking right between them. Survival of the fittest, really. It's whoever gets there first. That's the rule, generalized. Well, it doesn't matter whether you're driving, walking, and even funnier is when you talk to people, or not talk to people, but you watch people, and they do the power of the hand. They literally will stick up their hand and tell you to stop as they're walking. It's like they're closing their eyes. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. But at the other time, they're looking focused, and they're staring at you dead in the eye, and they're like, stop. I am walking. Oh, man. But, anywhere in America, yeah, put your hand up. And you walking across the street, they're running you over. You're going to become a pancake, people. They don't care. You shouldn't have been in the middle of the road. But here, do as the Romans do, right? Do what you got to do. But yeah, so this is the outside area of the mall, the central block. Yeah, they got another Buffalo Brad's, a Soon, Nuku, some Sizzlers, the burger joint, some cake shops, coffee shops, pizza, Sbarro's, unlimited rice. Buffalo Brad's got a Vespa out here. I was like, man, that thing is sweet. I'd love to have one of those. It was cute. I was sitting there thinking, like, maybe I should just buy that. It'll match my car, since I bought a yellow car. But, Vespas are expensive. They're Italian. They're super sweet, though. Everybody in America, nobody wants to ride a scooter, right? Unless it's a Vespa. Why? Because it's a Vespa. But truth is, everybody'd still laugh at you if you rode a Vespa around there in America. It's kind of funny. But they're super cool. You sit there and look at it, especially like in the old movies and stuff like that. You see all the Italian movies, they're driving around in their little Vespas or their minis or whatever it is, they got. But, I went and took you to another mall, and, here we are in a different mall. As you can see, very nice. Everything's nice and clean. Pretty much can get anything you need here. Again, you got a supermarket, you got the stores, you got all the other stuff. I mean, they got cars sitting around, which is kind of cool. They got a Nissan truck over here with a salesperson just sitting there to give out information about the Nissans. And down there, just a little further away, is a Suzuki guy. Got a Jimmy. Looks like a Jeep, Basically, if you remember this, and if you're old enough, Suzuki used to have the Sidekick, and they had a Geo Tracker. They were kind of the same vehicle. Well, this is more like a cross between the Sidekick and the Suzuki Samurai back in the day. I always wanted one of those when I was in high school. I always thought those were the coolest little cars. Little square box, looked like a little Jeep, like a mini Jeep on big old tires, 35-inch rims. But yeah, they got two versions. They got the long version and the short version where it's a little box, and kind of like the Jeeps, You got the 2-door and 4-door. It is what it is. But I think they're pretty cool. They're really not that expensive either. I mean, I think it's $25,000 American for the big model. So I was just checking it out, but I'd love to have one just because I think it'd be kind of cool to have a little four-wheel drive. Throw some 35-inch tires on it with some rims, and put a little lift kit and take it off-roading here in the Philippines, driving up the mountains, going through the sugarcane fields and all that other stuff. That would be super fun. Yeah, and there's the Suzuki. Yeah, a little box. Looks like a Jeep. Kind of, like I said, it's kind of a cross between the old Suzuki or the Geo Tracker and the Suzuki Samurai. But yeah, very similar to the Jeep. It's a little four-wheel drive vehicle built for off-roading. It's kind of cool. But, over here, Suzuki's still a thing. Not like in the States. Suzuki doesn't exist there anymore when it comes to cars. I remember them taking them out of there. But here you can get them. And shoot. They got one Suzuki, I think it's like 700, 800,000 pesos for a Suzuki car. And I was just like, really? I mean, if you do the math, what is like 59 pesos to the dollar today. So, if you do that and do the math, I mean, it's nothing. Buy a brand new car, for $12,000 to $15,000, somewhere around there. I don't know. It all depends on that conversion rate and how much they give you. But as you can see, lots of people walking around. They got the unlimited wings and rice, which I ate there. You guys should try that out if you come. You get to pick your wings and fries, and it's unlimited. And it's actually pretty decent. You pick your flavors, and they come. The only rule is that you finish whatever you order, because when you order it, you get how many pieces you want and how many fries you want, or how much fries you want. So, and ice cream and drinks and stuff. So, unlimited is unlimited. And if you're really hungry, you can eat a lot of food there. Well, guys, look, I've been talking a lot. It is what it is. I hope you enjoyed this and wanted to check things out, as I'm going over here to Mr. DIY because I need a couple of things for the condo. So I'm going to get out of here. All right, guys, you take care, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye. Thanks for watching.